Let's talk about the human gills. Oh, you guys didn't know humans had gills? Well, now you do. I'm just kidding. The muscles I'm referring to are called the serratus anterior. If you have any kind of shoulder issues, this video is for you. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Prasad and welcome to Learn Fit Repeat. I make videos on calisthenics, nutrition, and strength. If you find that kind of stuff interesting, well, welcome aboard. Please hit the subscribe button so that you can watch all my videos when I post them. And if you're already a subscriber, well, it's nice to see you again. Now let's get on with the video. Shoulder blade stability plays a massive role when it comes to stabilizing your shoulders to perform any kind of move, be it for your chest, your back, or the shoulder itself. When you don't have stable shoulders, you lead to efficiency problems. The target muscles you're trying to work on can't do their job. So this leads to compensation. And what does compensation do? Well, you risk yourself injury. The different muscles that go into stabilizing your shoulder blades. One of those muscles that go into stabilizing it is called the serratus anterior. Now, if you don't have an idea what I'm talking about, I'm going to attach a picture so you guys get a view of which muscle I'm talking about. Now, if you can make sure your serratus anterior is strong enough and stable enough, can maintain that position for a duration of time, it'll help in stabilizing your shoulder blades, which in turn will mean we can perform the move that we actually want to perform more efficiently. Now, that's all well and good, but how do you train it? So let me show you how I go about training my serratus anterior. We have a total of 3 exercises, and the third exercise is at 2 levels, which I'll explain when we get onto the exercise. Now, by no means are any of the exercises I'm about to show you in an ascending order of difficulty, so please keep that in mind while you see the structure of my workout. Exercise number 1 is going to be using a band on the floor. Exercise number 2 is going to be using a plank position on the floor. Exercise number 3 is going to be using a foam roller and a wall, but in this case, I'm just going to use a pole because I don't have access to a wall. In terms of sets and reps, for sets, we have 3 to 4 sets. For reps, we have 6 to 10 controlled reps. But I just don't believe in working on controlled reps. I also believe in working on stability, which means I hold the extreme position for anywhere between 3 to 5 seconds per rep. At any given point in time, if you feel like your form is deteriorating during the exercise, please take a break and come back to it once you feel fresh. Remember, the point of doing all these supportive muscle exercises is to create stability and create good, healthy movement patterns. There is a time and place for pushing it at the cost of your form. This is not the time for it. So that being said, let's get into exercise number 1. So the first exercise is going to be using the resistance band. Choose the right level of difficulty for you. Place the band below your lower back. Raise your feet and activate your core so that you don't create any kind of arch in your lower back. Hold them in a cross pattern. Create external rotation and press up. Hold that position for 3 seconds. Come back. Press up. Hold that position for 3 seconds. Come back. Press up. Hold that position for 3 seconds. Come back. Now on to exercise number 2. So this is going to be using a basic plank position. So all the basic rules of a plank still apply. Squeeze your core, elbows right below your shoulder, and squeeze your bum as well to create a stable platform. Once you're in position, I want you to push your elbow through the floor. Imagine doing that, but just not push through the floor, but push through and forward. So it will look something like this. You push, move forward, hold that position for 3 seconds, come back down, push, forward. Don't forget to breathe. Come back down. Push. Come back down. So what I mean by that is when you're in position, the elbows are right below your shoulders. Don't just imagine pushing through the floor, but push through the floor and push forward. So again, push through the floor and then move forward. Bring your elbows forward. So again, this is what it would look like. Stable position. Push forward. 1, 2, 3. Push. 1, 2, 3. Back to position. Push. 1, 2, 3. So that's exercise number 2. The last exercise for the serratus anterior. For this, you just require a foam roller. It could be a long one like this, or it could be a shorter one as well. It doesn't really matter. And get yourself a pole
or what I'd recommend is a wall. Now I don't have a wall here, I don't have access to one, so that's why I'm using a pole. The difference is, I mean, obviously there's more surface area, so it's easier and you don't have to think about the instability caused by the foam roller itself. Regardless, the setup is the same. How you go about the exercise remains the same as well. So what you need to do is put your weight on the foam roller, make sure the roller is right below your wrist. And once you get into position, tighten your core, just like you would do on a plank. And then once you're leaning on it, all I want you to do is protract your scapula. It'll almost look like you're hunching your back on purpose. We're not really bending our back, we're just protracting the scapula, so it's just pushing your scapula forward while maintaining pressure on the foam roller itself. Once you come to this position, all you got to do is push up, hold that for 3 seconds, breathe, come back down. Again, foam roller below your wrist, protract your scapula, push up, maintain that pressure on this foam roller all the way through, right from the start, while you roll up, while you hold on top, and while you go back down. Again, reset, protract your scapula, hold that pressure forward, and keep that pressure and come back all the way down. And you repeat this for 6 to 10 reps. Make sure your palms are facing each other as well. Now, at any given time, like I mentioned earlier, if you feel like your form is deteriorating or you're not able to hold that protracted scapular position too long, you're not able to activate your serratus, or you don't feel your serratus, it's just getting weaker, stop, take a break, and then come back to your set, and get the rest of the reps done. But the point here is to build more strength and stability in the muscle. So keep that in mind. Now that brings me on to the other point that I mentioned earlier, which is there is a level 2 to this. It's just a progression you get to from this exercise, and that's on the floor. Now the thing is, I wouldn't recommend you doing that if this is the first time you're doing this exercise, or if you've just started and you're trying to figure it out. I'd only recommend that once you've done this for a while and you understand the whole mechanics of it and you know you're good at it. And the reason is, when we go onto the floor, it's almost like a plank position, but it creates so much instability because you're on top of roller. So it puts a massive toll on your core and also your shoulders and your serratus to activate properly, maintain that activation, and perform the whole move. So be very mindful of it. I don't want you guys to get into it and create other compensations. Keep doing this, and then once you feel you're ready for it, maybe you can attempt it. So let me show you how that one looks. All right, this is the progression I'm talking about. It's just on the floor. It looks very similar to your plank position, apart of the fact that there's a foam roller, so it's more dynamic and not stationary like a plank would be. In terms of setup for your serratus and your wrist and your scapula, they all remain the same. It's just that the degree to how much you're leaning changes. You're almost perpendicular there, and here you're almost parallel to the floor. Now you might even feel the core way more than your serratus, or just the amount of pressure on it, and that's totally normal. Just go with it and try to keep that scapula protracted and maintain all the other cues. One thing before I want to start is, because of how hard it is, there's a very good chance that you or even I can't hold for 3 seconds on top, and that's completely fine. At that point, just do them for reps. You don't need to be doing this to have a effective serratus anterior workout. The previous progression is more than enough. To this point, I still don't need to do this variation or this progression. The only reason I do them is if I feel like I want to challenge myself, and don't do it unless you have the previous version under your wraps. All right, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you find these exercises helpful, and do give them a try. Once you've tried them out, please comment below. What's your favorite exercise? Which one gives you the most activation, and which one did you have the most success with? If you ask me, it's the foam roller with the wall or the pole by a long shot. It's given me the most success when it comes to activating my serratus anterior, so I'm going to continue doing that one. I'm going to use the other ones as well, but this is my preference. But I do understand everybody's different, so your choice might vary. And for that reason, I'd love to know what you guys think. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. And again, if you're not a subscriber already, please subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.